Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're watching me here from Germany, good afternoon. Seriously. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, birthday sex. Sorry. Hi, Ashley. It's a long story about why I call her that, but we won't get into that story right now. Y'all, I just woke up from a nap because it started as such a shitty day today that I just had to consume some positive content, reflect on stuff, and take a nap and just start this day over because I was not even having it today. Not even. So I just woke up. Anyway, so good morning. We're about to make a new flavor of ketone. To make a new flavor of ketones. Let me tell you how I got that bag of ketones. It was a mistake order. So I had actually ordered a fruit ketone in a packet, and they sent me the wrong order by mistake, and I got a bag of Swiss Cocoa ketones. So I tried Swiss Cocoa a long time ago, and it must not have been that nasty, because if it was that nasty, I would have remembered ew, disgusting. But I don't remember it being like, oh my god, that one was so good. So, we're gonna go ahead and just give this one a try again. So, anyway, good morning. So, what I want to talk to you guys about, and today is gonna be very personal for me, very raw and very personal. I did a lot of crying this morning. Texted my husband and I said, I feel like a freaking failure at life. He says, you're not a failure. So he was the sweetest person to me this morning. Contemplating on going out to dinner tonight. Today is our 2-year date anniversary. Not our anniversary, our date anniversary. 2 years ago on Cinco de Mayo, we finally met for coffee at the Black Rifle in Savannah. He stepped out of the car wearing his flower shorts and boat shoes and said, hi, I'm Rob. And it was history from there. People at the coffee shop thought that we had been together for years. We're like, no, this is the first date. And then we went to sushi because 2 years ago it was, 2 years ago was the stuff going on in the world. But in Georgia 2 years ago, things were just starting to open up a little bit. But because things were starting to open up a little bit, the Mexican restaurant was slammed for Cinco de Mayo. The waiting period was 3 or 4 hours for a table. So we said, never mind, and we went to sushi on Cinco de Mayo. So since then, it's just been kind of like a joke, and we kept up on the tradition. Kept up on the tradition. 1 year later, we got sushi. This is 2 years later. And I can't decide if I want to go out to dinner and have sushi tonight. So, aw, thank you, Hope. Yeah, I think it's really important to remember where it all started from. Do you know what I mean? Everyone remembers their wedding anniversary. Nobody really remembers when they started dating, and I think that that's really important because when you remember the first memories about something, you remember other things that you tend to forget. Do you know what I mean? Like when people think about their wedding and they remember their wedding, they remember the dress and the reception and the flowers and the cake and the guests and, you know, how lovely that night was. But then people are like, oh, well, like, what about your first anniversary? You know, or when you first started dating, and people will like remember how they met. They don't remember like when they first started dating, right? Their first date. And for me and Rob, I think it's a pretty cool first date story because true to form, we did something completely out of the ordinary, completely out of the box. We went to sushi on Cinco de Mayo. So, by the way, guys, this top is like 15 years old. I got it for Christmas like 15 years ago, and I don't ever wear it because I've never been comfortable in any clothes that aren't leggings. Because I've never had a body for these kind of clothes. But today I decided to say, fuck it, and do it. So anyway, okay, so listen, you guys, today I'm going to talk to you and get really personal, get really vulnerable about my life. What the hell is going on? What am I doing with myself? This morning had a lot of tears. This morning had a lot of the devil trying to take me down, and you know what? He got me. He almost got me down, which is why I had to take a shower. Water is very cleansing. If you guys didn't know that, water is very cleansing. I mean, in a spiritual way, an emotional way. Not obviously like, yeah, you take a shower with water because it cleans you, like, duh, Carissa. Like, I get that. I know that, right? I'm saying, like, why are these ice cube trays every single time? One ice cube, one, always gets stuck and I can't freaking get it out. I hate these stupid ice cube trays. Seriously, like, I hate. It happened to me yesterday too. Those ice cube trays, every time, one freaking ice cube. Okay. Apparently I'm not over my mood. Apparently I'm not over my moods. Anyway, these have caffeine in them, so I don't know. You know what? Ketones are actually really good for your mood. If you guys aren't familiar with exogenous ketones, they support mood on top of everything else. It's very healthy for brain function. So I normally don't do ketones at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because the energy puts me off the walls. But I need a little mood enhancement and some chocolate, so why not? And I've never, it's a brand new bag, brand new flavor we're gonna try. Okay. 2 scoops into, okay. Well, I mean, do you get the scoop in here? Or do they just tell you to guess how much 2 scoops is? Nope, here's the scoop. Here's the scoop. Don't worry, they sent the scoop, guys. They sent the scoop. Buried in the bag as normal, as usual. Okay, so anyway, let me just get on with it. Okay, let me just get to the point. Like, Carissa, yeah, we get it. You're making ketones. Who freaking cares? Get to the point, okay? So, okay. As you guys know, I have been trying to lose weight for a really long time. I feel like I've been on this journey for like my entire freaking life, okay? I feel like I've been on this journey my entire life. with no success, which is probably also why I keep starting and stopping. I keep quitting on myself because it's like I feel like no matter what I've been doing, I never saw results. Like, ever. And we tend to do that because we live in, there's a hole in my shaker bottle, by the way, which is why I have to shake this over the sink. But I won't get rid of it because I'm cheap. I won't get rid of it because I'm cheap. And I don't want to buy another one because I'm cheap. Okay, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $10 on a new shaker bottle when I already have one. Okay. Anyway, so I kept quitting on myself to lose weight because I just was never seeing any results. I was never seeing any fruits of my labor. Okay. And I always saw all my friends losing weight, saw my friends getting into shape, because here's the funny thing. When you're in your teens and your 20s, ooh, that powder is fucking good. When you're in your teens and your 20s, you don't really care about losing weight, okay? Like, unless you have a lot of health issues. But for me and my friends and like people we knew, in your teens and 20s, you don't care about losing weight. You just want to eat whatever you want, and you do, and you have fun, and you meet your best friend at Denny's in Canandaigua at midnight to eat a giant plate of nachos just because you can, okay? And sometimes when you're 22, I'm feeling 22. Sometimes when you're 22, you go with your other best friend, another one of your best friends, at 2 o'clock in the morning to Taco Bell because you used to work at Taco Bell and you know the closing managers and they were still there and they gave you free food, okay? Because when you're 22, life is charming, okay? Life is great. Life is beautiful. You're beautiful, okay? When you're in your 20s, you don't even have to try to be pretty, and you're just freaking pretty because you're young and you're vibrant and you're having fun. And life is full of adventures when you're in your 20s, okay? When you're in your 30s, it's a different story. Your metabolism starts to slow down. Life changes. You get more involved in your career. It's not so much about having fun as it is about figuring out how to survive, okay? And people have babies and get married and move. I actually moved to Georgia when I was 26 by closing my eyes and pointing to a map. And there was Georgia, and I moved, and it was the best decision I ever made in my entire life because it put me into a career, okay? So your mom and you look like a hot mess all the time. Yeah, see, so as you get older, okay, sticking with like the health journey and the weight loss stuff, okay, as you get older, your body changes. It's really hot in here, guys. Your body changes. Your metabolism changes. You can't go to Denny's at midnight and have a giant plate of nachos and go to bed 2 hours later, okay? You just can't do it. So your 20s are for having fun. Your 30s are for trying to figure the hell out of life, okay? And for those of you who've been following me for a while know that I've been trying to lose weight for a really long time. And I've always, like I said, I started and I stopped. I started and I stopped. I kept quitting on myself because, like most people, because we live in a microwave society, like most people, when I was not seeing the results that I wanted immediately, I was in a rush to get those results. And when I didn't see them, I quit. Okay. Now, my goal was to just fit in my clothes. My goal was to just look hot in a good pair of jeans. Okay. My goal was to have a flat stomach. All of my goals were superficial. They were in vain. Okay. They were all about ego. There was no substance behind those goals. That's another thing that happens as you get older. You gain more wisdom. You gain more insight. You gain more life experience. Your thought processes change. All right. And when you have a goal to try to lose weight and get healthy, and your thought processes are changing, and you become more aware, and, okay, all those things I just said, a shift starts to happen. And your why becomes different. Your why is no longer superficial. Okay? One of the thoughts that happen, one of the thought changes that happen as you get older is your health for your future. Okay? The other thing that happens in your 30s, actually technically 25, your body will start to break down at 25 years old. Okay? But in your 30s is when you will really start to feel the effects of certain things. Okay? And if you've been a person like myself who has led an unhealthy lifestyle for years and years, okay? And when I say unhealthy, I mean my eating habits, when I ate, what I ate, how I ate, my portion sizes, everything to do with food. It was fast food, fried food, desserts, candy bar. I'm talking like king size candy bars that I would just eat in the car on the way home because I felt like it. Okay. When you live a life like that, you will start to feel those effects in your 30s. And I imagine and beyond if you don't change those things in your 30s, okay? I can't speak for my 40s or my 50s or my 60s because I'm not there, right? But I imagine that the longer you allow yourself to participate in unhealthy habits, the harder it is, because it's harder in my 30s than it is in my 20s. And I am feeling the effects of that stuff, okay? It's hard for me to walk sometimes. Walking my dogs gets me out of breath half the time. None of my freaking clothes fit, and I'm super frustrated about it. Like, seriously, super fucking frustrated about it. I guess I got powder stuck in my straw. Because I can't drink this. I can't drink this. What is happening to me? Seriously? Oh no. Not straight powder like that. But I got my straw working, and the ketones itself, when mixed properly in the water, actually tastes pretty good. All right. So Ashley, if you're still watching, Swiss cocoa, ketones, not too bad. All right. So anyway, I've been trying to lose weight for a long time, and for the longest time, I watched my friends lose weight and get healthy, look hot in their clothes, fit into old clothes, buy new clothes. And I was happy for them because they're my friends. But it never really, like, affected me, I guess. I was always happy for them. Like, good for you. It's working for you. Whatever you're doing is working. And of course, we always ask people, like, what are you doing to lose weight, right? That's always the question. Whenever you see somebody you know, you always ask them, what are you doing to lose weight, right? And usually, the common answer, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you, oh, I changed the way I eat and I started exercising more, okay? I changed the way I eat and I started exercising more. And it's like, okay, well, that sounds easy enough, right? Like, I can do that. I lost my train of thought, but that's usually what they tell you, okay? And I lost my train of thought, but here's a new track that I'm on. Speaking of ketones, I have been someone who has sold health and wellness products since 2016. I got involved in network marketing in 2016, and it was with a health and wellness company. I promise this is not about MLM. I'm just trying to explain to you about my health journey. And for the longest time, I was part of the brainwashed society that leads you to believe that supplements will make you lose weight. Supplements will make you lose weight. Now, don't misinterpret me. Supplements will enhance the process, okay? But in all the years that I sold health and wellness, I never really drove home. I never really drilled in the concept of these are supplements, not replacements. I never drove that home. I never drilled that idea in, that the supplements I sold were supplements and not replacements. Why does that matter? Because like the rest of the microwave society, okay, we want instant results. So when you see someone selling a weight loss supplement and they're showing their before and afters and they're talking about the results, okay, it's almost like misleading, okay, because they're leading you to believe that if you use this supplement, if you replace your coffee, if you do this, if you replace your coffee with this coffee, if you take this pill, if you use this wrap, if you do this whatever, you will lose the weight. The before and after pictures, all it shows you is a before and after. So of course, what are people asking? Well, what did you do? How did you lose the weight, right? It is really hard for me to admit that I was part of a sales team that intrigued people with false misrepresentation, okay? I wouldn't say I personally lied to people, but I also, I didn't lie to people. Like, the products worked, right? But the products can only do so much. They worked with diet change. They worked with exercise. And that was the thing, those were the two things that the pictures always left out. The pictures always left out diet change and exercise, diet change and exercise, diet change and exercise. You have to have those things. You have to do those things, okay? You have to. A supplement is a supplement. It is there to enhance your results. It is there to push through the plateau. It is there to help energize you, to give you the energy and the momentum to do the things, okay? It is there to help with some appetite suppression if that is the thing that you need, okay? If you need help to suppress your appetite because you have an overzealous appetite, the supplement can help with that, but it is not the do-it-all for you. And that is the point I never drove home. And with the age and the insight and the wisdom, my thought process and my mind has shifted in the weight loss process, which brings me to my point of, are you doing enough? Because you can take all the supplements you want to, which, by the way, I take ketones for energy and focus because it's unreal. But anyway, I saw a post this morning And I think because I was already having a crappy day. Like, we got out of the house on time this morning. I took my husband to work. Boomer was supposed to have a grooming appointment. And because of traffic, because there was like a really, really bad accident on the highway today, I'm talking like pieces of the car were all over the road. Tires and pieces of the car were all over the road. And we were in standstill for like 40 minutes. And I'm actually blessed to God and thank you that it wasn't me. But this morning I was really frustrated because it started out bad already. I had to cancel Boomer's grooming appointment that took me months to even make because they've been booked out for months. So I decided today that I'm just going to book him up the rest of the year. I'm going to call and make appointments. I got him booked for June already, but I'm going to book him for August. I'm going to book him for October. I'm going to book him for December. I'm booking him for the rest of the year. Anyway, so there was that. And then I get home. So I'm already like frustrated that I missed his appointment. And then I'm stuck in traffic, just sitting there for like 40 minutes. The weather is crappy outside. It's pouring rain. Like the devil is really doing his best to just say, okay. So I just said, screw it. I'm in a mood today. And I had a muffin for breakfast. And turn on a TV show, get lost in a fantasy world that doesn't exist, that's not real, the one that makes you laugh, okay? And I get on Facebook, and I see like 3 of my friends on Facebook that are talking about how amazing they feel because they've lost like 20 pounds within a month or 2 months, okay? And I'm like, how the hell did you do that? Okay. So let me back you guys up for a second. I joined a program called Operation Shape Up. And it started April, the second week in April, it started. And it came with, a nutrition class, which I went to. It came with 8 weeks of group training. So we meet twice a week for 8 weeks at the gym, and we work with a personal trainer in a group setting, okay? So it's a group setting, and she teaches us exercises and gives us workout plans that we can also do at home or on our own time. And she's there to help watch us with our form and things like that it's a personal training session, only it's done in a group setting, which is kind of cool because it makes you feel like you're not alone, right? It makes you feel like you're not the only one going through the same struggles. So I joined this, and it's been like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks that I've been going consistently. So I figured if I'm joining this Operation Shape Up, I'm going to really commit. I'm going to really commit to it. And so I did. I've changed my eating habits drastically. Rob and I even changed up our schedule because when I went to the nutrition class, she taught us about circadian rhythm. She taught us about being on a schedule. Like, I know some people don't have the luxury of being on a schedule. That used to be me, okay? I remember working second shift and getting out of work at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and you go home and you eat dinner at like 11:30 at night, and then you go to bed by 2 and you wake up at 10. Okay, and you only have a couple of hours before you got to go to work again. And if you're a busy person, like a lot of times that means going through the drive-thru on your way to work, and you eat on your way to work, and then you buy something on your lunch break, okay? And then you go home and you're either going through you're either going through like McDonald's drive-thru, or you're going home and you're just like snacking, okay? I remember that. I remember those days. So I know that so when she talked about circadian rhythm, it made sense to me. So because Robert and I have the luxury of being on the sun up to sundown schedule, okay? Because we have that luxury, I said, we need to utilize that. We need to get on a better schedule, okay? So for the past week, okay, and this schedule just started, but I changed my eating habits even before. We started, you're supposed to eat within an hour of waking up. So I wake up, I make a protein shake, okay? I make a protein shake. That's the first thing I have, because I can't make a breakfast in the first hour I wake up. Like, the way my schedule is right now, I can only change bits and pieces of my routine at a time without feeling overwhelmed, okay? And right now, the way it works, especially because Mondays and Wednesdays, I have to take Rob to work because I need the car to go to the gym for the group fitness class. So Mondays and Wednesdays, especially, I have to get up earlier than I normally would, and because I got to make sure that the dogs get walked and I give them their breakfast and I get everything together, right, before I leave to take Rob to work in the morning. And so I make the protein shake first thing in the morning, and then I come back, and breakfast is like oatmeal or something like that, or some yogurt and fruit with iced coffee, okay? And I've been sugar-free on my iced coffee for a long time. And then I have lunch. It's a small, like, half sandwich or some rice cakes and cream cheese, or I don't know, maybe leftovers from the night before, something small, okay? And then dinner is just dinner, okay? So I've been changing my eating habits. I've been consistently working out since the beginning of April, okay, with the classes and then doing stuff on my own, walking more with the dogs. And I still haven't lost a damn thing. Oh, and I've increased my water intake, okay? I don't know if you can see it, okay? My Hydro Jug sitting right there. I actually posted a picture of it yesterday. Hydro Jug, 64 ounces of water, because that helps me keep track of my water intake. I've done all the things. I've been consistent with my workout. I've changed my diet. I would say about almost 90% changed my diet. Do I still have dessert after dinner? Most nights, yes. Because I've also always believed that you shouldn't have to deprive yourself of things. Like, that is archaic ridiculousness to completely deprive yourself of anything pleasurable to hit a goal. So yes, I will have dessert, but I don't snack. Like, I'm not snacking during the day. I'm not drinking soda. I'm not eating at 9. We're not eating at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night anymore. For breakfast, I do a protein shake first hour, and then it's usually like 2-3 hours later, I'm doing like breakfast part 2, I guess, which is either some eggs or the oatmeal or the fruit and yogurt, something like that. I'm not snacking. So the fact that I've been doing all these things, the fact that I've been working out consistently for about a month now, maybe a little bit more, the fact that I've significantly upped my water intake, the fact that I have significantly cut down on the junk food I've been eating, the chips, the cakes, the snacks, the fact that we started changing our portion sizes and changing when we eat. We're not eating at 9:30, 10 o'clock anymore. The fact that I'm doing these things and I still have not seen any results. Nothing. My clothes still don't fit. I have not even lost an ounce. Okay? Part of what this Operation Shape Up came with was an experience in the BOD Pod. And basically the BOD Pod just like measures your body fat versus your mass, right? So when you look at your overall weight, okay, it is, it's your blood, it's your organs, it's your skin, it's this, it's everything. It's everything on your body, in your body, okay? Now, obviously, you can't subtract the weight for your skin and your organs and your blood, okay? You just can't do that. So what we're talking about when we talk about weight loss is we need to talk about fat loss, not weight loss. Fat loss, okay? Because that's what we're trying to lose. Not necessarily change the number on the scale, but to lose the fat, okay? So I was talking to a good friend of mine, and I said, I'm expressing my frustrations on this whole thing. And I said, I haven't lost anything. And she says, well, what about inches? And I said, I didn't measure myself, and I should have, okay? That's a my bad on my part, okay? I should have measured my inches when I first started. so that I could track that, because oftentimes you will lose inches if you're building muscle, working things like that. You will lose inches before the number on the scale goes down. You will lose inches before the number on the scale goes down. And, but I didn't take measurements. I'm actually going to take measurements this weekend because we have about a month left of this program with the trainer. Doesn't mean I can't keep up with it on my own and just recycle the program she's given us, but we have about a month left with the trainer. And I'm going to take measurements this weekend. And then I'm going to measure myself again at the end. But my friend says to me, she says, well, what about inches? And I said, well, I didn't measure when I started, but I'm going to go with no, that I haven't lost any inches because my clothes don't fit any differently. So I get on Facebook this morning after already having like a crappy morning, okay? I get on Facebook and I see, it just hits me differently. I see these friends of mine that are like, and I'm happy for them, okay? I am, because it's a big deal to lose weight, especially if you've been trying. And I see them talk about how they've lost inches and pounds and they're buying smaller clothes. And it's all within a matter of a month or two. And I'm like, well, I've been doing these things for a month. Why haven't I seen any results? Like, I feel like I'm doing all the freaking things. Why am I not seeing any results? Why are none of my clothes fitting? Okay. So let me back up again and talk and touch back on the point when I said, when I used to have the mindset of losing weight was superficial. When that starts to shift and you start to do it for your health, that's when you'll start paying attention to things like, can you lift heavier? Can you move for longer distances? Walk, run, right? Without getting out of breath. Is it easier to be more mobile? Do you have more energy? How are you feeling? Okay. How's your skin? Believe it or not, exercise plays a big part in your skin, in your hair, in your nails, and all that stuff. Because it promotes circulation, which obviously create circulation, blood flow, your scalp, your nails, your extremities, all that. It just helps your overall health. So I have noticed that I can lift a little heavier, but that's the only thing. That's the only thing. And as much as I'm grateful for non-scale victories, it's still super frustrating. And I don't care how much substance you have in your mindset of weight loss. There's still always that piece of superficial. There's still always that vanity piece of you want to lose weight because you want to feel better about yourself. You want to feel like you look good. We want to be pretty, okay? Like, we want to be pretty people. And when you feel like you're doing all the things and you're not getting any results from it, like I feel like I am doing all the freaking things and I'm still not getting any results. So then it hit me different this morning. It just like, whew, to see other people having success in the same areas that I've been working towards and that I want to have success in. Like, I just lost it. I started bawling my eyes out on the couch. And I'm like, why can't I lose any freaking weight? Like, I know it's not my thyroid. I had that checked. I had blood work done probably about 6 months ago here at the Army hospital, and everything came back perfectly clear. So it's not a thyroid thing. It's not any kind of underlying health issue. Like, I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. I don't. And that was what was really frustrating to me. But the last few days I've been thinking, are you doing enough? I said to my husband yesterday, I said, I think the moment when you're in the most pain, hi pig, yes pig. I think the moment when you're in the most pain and you're feeling the most defeated, in that moment when you most feel like giving up, that's probably the moment you're having the breakthrough. And I'm trying to hold on because I'm waiting for my breakthrough. But that's also, yes, pig, hello, come here. That's also, come here. You want to say hi? Come here. That's also when I figured out that it's possible you're just not doing enough. Oh, pig, you're going to fall off, pig. You want to get down? Do you want to get down? Do you want to say hello? That it's possible you're just not doing enough, okay? Can you say hello, pig? You want to get down? Go get it, pig. Go get it. Where's your squirrel? Go get your squirrel. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Maybe it will help you. Okay, Aunt Miss. Sounds good. So you've changed your eating habits. You're eating clean. But are you tracking what you eat? Are you counting your protein and carb intake? Are you tracking your water intake in ounces? Okay? The answer might be no. I know it is for me. Like, I have my FitnessPal and I've been tracking on some days and not others. But it's like, if I'm saying I'm doing all the things, okay? And I think this could be applied to any area of life. But if you find yourself having to say exactly what I'm saying, which is, I'm doing all the things, why am I not seeing results? I'm doing all the things, why is it not my turn? I'm doing all the things, why is it not my turn? If you find yourself having to say those things, the question that you need to ask, and the question that I've been having to ask myself, and you're not going to like the answers, because I hate that the answer is no. Ask yourself, can I do something more? Well, the answer to that is yes, okay? You ask yourself, can I do something more? When it feels like you can't possibly do anything more because you're already doing so much. You're already doing so much. Like, I'm already working out. I'm already drinking 64 ounces of water a day. I'm already not snacking. I already gave up soda. I already changed the time of day that I'm eating. I've already incorporated more exercise in a week than I've ever done. And I'm still not seeing results. Why? When is it my turn? I need to ask myself, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Actually, that's the question you need to ask. Am I doing enough? Really self-reflect. Am I doing enough? And I'm going to tell you the answer is going to be no. If you are not seeing the results that you want, the answer is no. And you're not going to like that answer. I hate that answer is no. So if I were to ask myself, am I doing enough? The answer is no. The next question, what else can I do? What else can I do? Track food. Take measurements. Cut out the dessert. Oh, well, okay. I do think that that's a ridiculous notion that you have to that you're not allowed to have dessert if you're trying to lose weight. Okay. But I guess maybe for me and my body, I can't have the sugar. Maybe I literally cannot have the extra sugar because my body won't process it correctly. Maybe I cannot do it. And I have to cut that part out too. You're not going to like that answer. It's really hard to look at that for yourself because when you feel like you're already doing all the things and someone else says to you, oh, but you could be doing more. They point out something to you that you could be doing more of and you're not doing it. You hate that. You hate that because it's true. Because you're already to the exhausted point and you don't want to do anymore. But that is when you're going to have a breakthrough. And I have got to keep telling myself that. That's what I have to keep telling myself is yeah, maybe I do have to cut out the dessert. Can't have dessert after dinner anymore. Even if that's the only dessert you have for the day. Can't have it. Gotta cut that out. Maybe I do have to suck it up and track my food. Are you doing enough? No. I'm not tracking my food. I'm still eating dessert at night. Even though it's the only snack I have, I guess I can't have it anymore. At all. Ever. Like, bye. Can't do it. I guess I need to drink even more water. Maybe 64 ounces isn't enough. Maybe I have to double that. If you're filled up on water, you can't possibly eat food, right? Maybe the only thing that I'm allowed to eat is the chicken and the lettuce. Maybe I have to do more by saying no to going out to eat, no to dessert, no to any beverage that is not water. So that means no milks, no juices, no alcohols, no nothing, just water. But does it really have to be that miserable? So far, I'm finding out the answer to that is yes. It really has to be that miserable. And when I look at the people around me that are losing weight and having success in that area, and I ask them, what are you doing to lose weight? And they say, oh, I just changed the way I eat and I'm doing a little more exercise. It's like, how is that possible for you and not for me? If that's the only thing you're doing, how is that possible for you and not for me? Why doesn't that work for me? So then I ask myself again, are you doing enough? The answer is still no. The answer is still no because I don't have any results. And there's still way more I can do. How about work out twice a day instead of just once? How about you work out 7 days a week, twice a week? Twice a day, 7 days a week. Every morning, you get up and you go for a run. And then you do some kind of weight exercise in the afternoon, later on, or whatever, right? And then you only eat chicken and salmon and lettuce. That is it. Maybe some broccoli or cauliflower, but don't season it. Don't put butter on it. Don't do anything. You eat the damn raw broccoli. Because it's still, no matter what you do, it's never enough. You ask a successful person, let's shift this and talk about business for a second. If you ask a successful business person, a successful corporate riser, a successful entrepreneur, a doctor, a lawyer, someone who's in, I don't know, pick a professional field, okay? They'll probably always tell you there's more education you can pursue, more books you can read, more people you can reach out to. If you're an entrepreneur, right? Are you doing enough? Probably not. There's always going to be another event you can put on. There's always going to be another training you can go to. There's always going to be just one more person you can reach out to. There's always going to be just one more thing you can do. One more. It's always one more thing. And I'm telling you, there is going to come a point where you just do what I did this morning and sit on my couch and cry for 20 freaking minutes because you're already doing so freaking much. How can you possibly do any more? Like, how can you possibly do just one more thing? How can you possibly go just one more distance? You feel like you can't. And I think at that moment, is the moment when you have a mindset breakthrough, and then you will have a physical breakthrough. Because my turn has to come sometime, right? I don't know. That's it, guys. The main takeaways: if you feel like you're struggling in any area of your life, you need to ask yourself, am I doing enough? The answer is probably no, and you're not going to like that answer. But ask yourself that question. Am I doing enough? Most likely the answer is no. And then the second question you ask yourself is, what more can I do? What's next? What's next? What's next? What else? What's more? All right, guys. I think I gotta go pick up my husband. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. But thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. It's just hard. It's hard. I've been trying to lose weight for a long time. And now that I'm finally doing the things, I'm still not seeing any results. And I feel like there's not much more I can do. And yet, I have to. I gotta find something else, something more to do. So, all right, guys. Enjoy your Thursday. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.